Hello, Lee Anthony Davis here with the second episode of my Unearthly Child live stream, Doctor Who, obviously. If you joined me yesterday, I did episode one, and now I'm going to do episode two. As you can see, it's very bright in here, so I'll try and move that away from there so you can see me a little bit better. Right, I'm going to get on with it then. So, what I'll do is I'll narrate as I'm going along. Unfortunately, this morning I tried to do a live stream, but the weather beat me and the signal's taken completely out. So there's nothing I could do about that. So anyway, here we go. Episode two, The Unearthly Child, Doctor Who live stream special. Enjoy. Right, we're starting with the credits. Delia Derbyshire and her marvellous workshop, helped by Ron Grainer, of course, with the music. Looks like a kaleidoscope, doesn't it? When they do that sort of imagery. The Doctor Who symbol is fading out, going that way. Right, what I'll do is I'll turn the sound down, because I think worry about copyright acts. So I'll explain it as we're going along. Right, we're at the point where we left off last time, where you see this shadow and the TARDIS in the background there, and it turns out to be Kai. I think it's Kai's name is. So I'm just going to get everything ready now. It was written by Anthony Colburn, as you know. He wrote the first one, obviously. So we're about to embark on the episode itself, and we're in the caves with all the cave people in there. The leader of the tribe is called Sar, if you didn't know. Sar is played by Derek Newalk, who also appears in the Inferno. He plays an old drill advisor. You probably know what I'm talking about. So Eileen Way is here. She's a regular in Doctor Who. She's been in a few of them. She was in Doctor Who and the Dalek Invasion of Earth as well. And also she was in Meglos. So I thought I'd point that one out. Right, so she's explaining that we're better off without fire because nothing good comes of it. Now, Sar is rubbing his bone or stick to make fire. Sounds daft, doesn't it? Who would do that? But he thinks that he can sort of warm it up and cause enough friction for the dried twigs to light, which doesn't work. Right, so he's gone over to the old woman and he's very angry. He grunts at her in anger and he just wants her out of his sight, because she's the old ways and he believes that he's the future for the cave dwellers here. So he wants fire to start. He's now put the twigs in his hand, raising them up, throwing them to the stone, and his friend, played by Sue Charlton, is his mate, described as a girlfriend. She is trying to advise him that rubbing your hands doesn't work. Why all the other tribesmen are going hungry, because basically with fire you cook the meat, don't you? Otherwise it's raw meat, and obviously we know the complications of that. So anyway, Kai is rubbing the stick still. He's being advised that it's not working by his girlfriend, his mate. He screams out in anger, looking for a miracle, because it's not working, and he shoves his head to the stone in frustration. Right, we now move to Kai, who is the shall I say the opponent of the tribe, who's looking to take it over, and he's looking for a miracle. He thinks he's found it in the Doctor. He refers to the TARDIS as a tree, a magic tree, and he sees them coming out of it. But he has no idea. Being a caveman, you wouldn't have an idea of what it is. It's just an object that looks dead out of place in your surroundings. But we're in the TARDIS now, and Ian has recovered from his unconsciousness state, and he's he's rising to his feet now. Barbara's woke up as well. They're not sure where they are, nor is the Doctor, actually. He's looking on the monitor, and he's describing layers of sand, stone, and telling them we left in 1963. Susan's checking the console as well to check where they are, but they're not too sure. Ian's doubting the doctor still, and telling to Barbara, "You don't believe in Barbara, do you?" And then the doctor shows him on the monitor. There it is, all for see. Look, does this look like the junkyard now? Ian is still in disbelief that they've actually moved. He still thinks he's in the junkyard inside this box, but he's still doubting, and he's even telling Susan, let's stop playing games. Uh, the doctor says, "Right, you want concrete evidence? I'm going to open the doors, but we first check the monitor to make sure the air is breathable first." So that's what he's going to do first. But Ian's still having trouble understanding whether all this is real or not. So he asks Susan to check the monitor again. The doctor moves around the console with Barbara on the other side of it, and then Ian approaches the doctor, and he still doesn't believe him. And the doctor is saying, "Look at the evidence on the monitor. A few plants, rocks everywhere, sand." And so Ian says, "Well, why not let us go out and have a look for ourselves?" But the doctor obviously knows about this sort of thing and says, "Look, I've got to check the atmosphere is right. I mean, there might not be any air out there." Now, Barbara's bringing her exposition of dialogue into it. The doctor's describing certain things that could help Ian understand what's happened. So we hear the electronic whirring as he opens the doors. The doors are opening. They're all looking. And the doctor turns to Ian and says, "Does this not look true to you?" So the doctor heads out. He's got his satchel bag. He's collected a few things, and he's walking out the TARDIS doors, followed by Barbara. And then Ian reluctantly starts moving towards the doors. He sees them outside, so he obviously knows it's safe. Ian stumbles a bit. He's sort of dazed of what's happened from his unconscious state, and he moves towards the door along with Susan. And then the doors close behind them. So the TARDIS doors are shut in, and then we get the camera angle with birds screeching. The sound effects obviously are at their best. We've got this iconic scene, as I said before, if you watched it earlier, where we've got Ian, Barbara, and Susan with the TARDIS and the sand, the sort of landscape behind them. A close up of the doctor, and he's now saying it's still a police box. What he means is the chameleon circuit hasn't worked, so it's stuck as a TARDIS. And he's expecting it to turn into something that would sort of appeal to the surroundings of whatever planet he lands on. But it hasn't worked. It's stuck. So he's a bit bemused by that. So he's now venturing on his own to have a look around. He's leaning over. But behind him, unaware of this, is Kai, who's watching him anxiously with his axe. Right, we come to another shot. Barbara kneels down to pick up a what looks like a head, a bone, a skull of a bison. She doesn't know what it is, but it looks familiar to be one of those, an antelope or a bison. Ian says it could be a horse. He just guesses mine. Ian's walking around while those two examine what's on the floor. And Ian is mystified that a police box has brought us here. He walks slowly back towards them, and then the camera zooms in on Susan and Barbara as they give their dialogue. Barbara is asking Susan, "Where are we?" And she doesn't know because the monitor that tells them where they're going in time, whatever, the dials and stuff, hasn't worked properly. And so Susan is more concerned with her grandfather going off. So she's gone to look for him. Ian and Barbara at the moment have a close shot of them two talking. Still, Ian is disputing that they've actually got moved in time. They don't. He still believes that it's planet Earth. But he can't believe that the TARDIS has moved. The Doctor's smoking some sort of pipe. Then suddenly, Kai leaps on him, and then this scream, and they all rush off in that direction of the noise. When they get there, camera shot changes again, and they've got all three of them in the shot. Susan's acting hysterical as usual, the crying and the. But Barbara and Ian are looking at it, and they're saying to themselves, "What has actually happened to him?" And Ian says he's been taken. So we now presume that the planet is not uninhabited. There's something else on that planet. So it's not as isolated as we thought, being the viewer. Susan's hysterical again. Barbara and Ian saying to tell us to calm down. Susan is hysterical again. She tries to run off and falls over. Barbara picks her up to her feet, tries to sort of assure her, while Ian scuttles around on the floor, picking up rocks. Picks up the Doctor's satchel bag that was left on the floor and feels the floor itself and says, "That's strange. The sand is cold. In fact, it's freezing." Now we get a shot into the cave again with the tribesman. The Doctor is there lying out on the slab or whatever it is. He's unconscious for the moment. The tribe are eating. The father of the girlfriend, I haven't quite gathered his name yet. He's telling Tsar, the leader of the tribe, that Kai has promised us fire, right? And Tsar's not liking this at all. It means he's going to be challenged for his leadership in the tribe. And it also means that he won't get his woman because his father will give it to Kai. But Kai is an outsider. He came from another tribe, and he's been telling them all this stuff he's been doing. But I think he's bullshitting himself. Right, a close shot of Tsar sort of narrating or soliloquying. It means that you're talking to the audience, but you're not. And he's talking about, he's murmuring actually. He's basically murmuring to himself about Kai is basically phony. Right, Kai has returned with the Doctor on his shoulders. He's just going to lay him out. I was wrong there. I thought the Doctor was already there, but I was wrong. The Doctor wasn't in shot. He wasn't there. But now he is unconscious or cold. But we know the Doctor, he's not really unconscious. He's usually keeps his, sort of his wits about you. He's already aware that he's probably in a cave. So anyway, Tsar and Kai are at it, having a go at each other, Kai claiming that he can create fire, Tsar saying he can't, that sort of banter that's going on. Tsar looking at the Doctor's clothing and saying, "This is strange clothing. this didn't come from any creature on this planet. So he is a stranger. Maybe he's from another tribe. He's saying. Kai is now saying that I saw this man make fire out of his hands. That's when he was lighting the pipe. Remember before he jumped in. I saw him make fire out of his hands, and he thinks he's going to make magic for Kai so he can oust Sar. But Sar's calling him out on his bullshit. Now he's telling a story about he fought a bear and his strength was too strong for him. Sounds like a Jack and Ori story to me. Sar's not convinced about this. I'm not surprised. The father is saying that Sar has many good skins and kills many bears. But he's been sarcastic, saying, I will say tomorrow you will rub your hands and fire will appear. He's just having a dig at Sar. But Sar saying, what I say, I do will be true. Now Kai is appealing to the rest of the tribe, saying, this man will throw you to the bear. I will make fire for you. Right, the girlfriend, shall I say, the mate of Sar, has said the doctor's opened his eyes and he's starting to regain consciousness. Kai sees this as his chance to make the doctor make fire for him. The doctor, I think, dropped his matches when he was ambushed by Kai, and I think he hasn't got any matches on him, so there's going to be a bit of a problem in a minute. So they're all approaching the doctor. Kai's saying, this is my creature and he will do my bidding. I will make him create fire. He's saying the creature is mine. He will do my bidding. Now, Sar appeals to the tribe, says he will not do your bidding, and he's saying he comes amongst us as a stranger. It's time. We've had enough of this upstart who's just joined us from another tribe. The father intervenes, but he sort of acting like a judge here, saying Kai speaks the truth, but Sar speak the truth. His best mate appeals on his behalf. So this is a bit like political maneuvering in a way. Kai is saying, Sar is afraid of fire. I am not. The doctor gets up from his rest and he starts walking around, appealing to the tribe, telling them, I will make fire for you. But obviously, being cavemen, they don't understand what he's talking about. He's speaking to them. He's speaking a strange language. But the thing is, he hasn't got his matches with him, so he's going to have a bit of trouble making fire now. As he asks them to come back to his ship. And then Sar interrupts and says, this is more lives by Kai. And he's saying that the creature, the doctor, came from this magic tree called the TARDIS. Right now, Sar is going to do his pitch, gets on top of the slab, and starts calling out Kai on his lies. He's calling him out, saying he doesn't say he'll make you warm. He talks too much. Say he'll lead you into the darkness, and you will starve and go cold. Now Kai approaches the doctor. He shakes him and he demands he makes fire. And Sar's mate turns around and says, "You are caught within your own lies," and they all start laughing at him and mocking him. Kai is pleading to the doctor, "Make me fire, make me fire." Where's your match? I haven't got any matches. I can't make you fire, says the doctor. Kai is Sar is having another dig at him. Then Kai threatens to kill the doctor by putting what we call a tooth, like shaped like a knife. Just as this is happening, the companions jump in. They're all being sort of apprehended by the cave dwellers, subdued. So they're all sort of now the prisoners. It looks like. As Sar is about to hit in over the head with the axe, the doctor says, "If you hurt him or kill him, I will not make fire for you." So Sar pulls back from the brink. Now Kai has got a big problem here because with the doctor can't make any fire, and the old woman, he hates the old woman because she's right actually. She's just saying something there. He's going to kill Barbara, but Sar intervenes and stops him and calls him out for being a liar. Orb will give us fire again. That's their god. So we know there's a confrontation building up between Kai and Sar as the premeditating act as it goes along. So the protagonists and the antagonists are these two. So they've been told to take the Doctor's companions to the Cave of Skulls. Kai, knowing that he hasn't won them over, growls at Sar and walks away. His mate or woman is now promised by the father to Sar, and he is now confirmed as the leader of the tribe, which he was already, but he was in doubt a few minutes ago. But apparently the father was the leader of the tribe until, you guessed it, Sar posed him. And he said, you were leader of the tribe once, but you're not leader anymore. His daughter says, Sar is a strong person. He will bring back many skins and he will give us plenty of meat. And now Sar has completely won over the tribe. The old woman has said, fire will only bring the tribe more trouble. And she says you should have killed the 4 strangers. She wants them dead because she doesn't want them to make fire for the tribe. Sar goes right over to the old woman and says, I will kill them after they make me fire. Nice, isn't it? Knowing that their usefulness will be over as soon as they made them fire. There's just one problem, maintaining to make fire. Right, we're in the Cave of Skulls now. Ian, the Doctor, Susan, Barbara, all in there, all with their hands bound. Ian's a bit frightened by the experience. Barbara is sort of on the floor in a daze. The Doctor is noticing the air in there, horrible stench. Susan's and the Doctor is blaming himself for getting him in the mess in the first place, and Susan, his granddaughter, is saying, "It's not your fault, grandfather." You know. Right, we're looking at the 2 skulls, the close-up skulls, 2 cracking it. It seems like these were murdered. I don't know what happened to them. I presume they are cannibals, but never mind. That's the end of episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I like doing these sort of watching on streams. I hope you join me tomorrow for episode 3 of my watch with the Unearthly Child. And I'll be back later doing my daily blog, beginning my daily blog, which will include my Doctor Who collection, my crystal collection, my drawings and painting collection, my Hammer horror, my horror, and my science fiction collection. And I think that's it at the moment. I've got plenty of other stuff, but I don't think I'm going to fit it all in a week. So I'll just pace myself. So I hope you join me for that. that. That'll be later on. I presume I can do it about 3 o'clock. So I was going to do this. I was going to plan to do this at 3 o'clock, by the way, but I decided I'll take a chance. The weather's much better now than what it was before. So anyway, so it's paid off. So I'd like to thank everyone or the person that's watching it at the moment for tuning in. I do appreciate it very much. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed narrating it. At least it's something interesting and just sitting here, just watching it. You know, you could do that in your own bedroom or your own dining room, watch the television if that was the case. So I tried to sort of put a bit of emphasis to it as well. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Hopefully you'll join me for my blog, my daily blog at 3 o'clock on my YouTube channel. And I'll see you at the same time tomorrow. I've also got me Lee Anthony Davis show coming up later on. That's usually about birthday announcements, member announcements, what's coming up, what's going on. Basically, it's and latest news as well. So anyway, I do appreciate you coming there to watch me, and thank you very much. Bye for now.